We're not actually playing Fortnite. That's my my one April Fool's joke for the day. One April Fool's joke. We are, in fact, going to be doing homework and chemistry. Sorry, Valen. I know, I know. What a shocker. What a disappointment. Nani? Yeah, it's April, Hunter. Today is April 1st. Crazy. April 1st. Oh, hey, Professor Bonkers. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Bruh. Like, where did March go? JK, March was like 60 days long. I just put it up there yesterday afternoon, Cooper. I'm going to pull it up. We're going to talk about it a little bit. Does it? So Tyler, I literally just finished it yesterday, so you should be able to do it today. If not, I'll make sure Weaver gets on that. Oh, there you go. Weaver's in the chat. He'll get it posted. Really? I don't know what's wrong with my mic. It should be same as usual. I haven't changed anything. Huh. Yeah. Unless one of my children, like, beated it. That's fine. Bitcrush is fine. All right. I have no idea why Bitcrushed is a banned term. It's a terrible slur. Watch out. Here, maybe I'll prioritize it, see if that helps. I hope not. Hope my child didn't get to my mic. Anyway, it's probably fine. For all I know, you guys are just messing with me. Okay. What else? What else is going on? We'll let a couple more people get into the stream here. So yeah, so we're going to be talking mostly about the word equations, which this assignment is on Canvas. It's been up there since last Friday. No, unfortunately we can't do that. Can't say that. Kate, no, you don't need to print it out. So you can just, I mean, it's nicer to do it on paper, but you don't have to print it out. So what I would do, I would just reference it and I would write the equations on a separate sheet of paper. But yeah, so let's see, grades still, grades I updated a whole lot yesterday, Trinity, so make sure to go check your grades. Let's see, do we still need our note pages? Not for today. We're not going to be doing any of the official notes today. Yes, Hunter, HCl is hydrochloric acid. Yeah, so I got a lot of stuff in the gradebook. If there's anything missing, make sure to check Skyward so that you can double check that. So apparently, no, you can reference having to go pee. So if you wanted to print it off, you could go onto Canvas and you could just find the assignment and go and print it. But you don't have to print it off. No, okay, there's two things, Lauren. There's two assignments. Here, let me pull that up now since people are asking about it. So on Canvas, all right, if you go to the modules, okay, so in the modules, right, there's the word equations submission and there's a word equations worksheet, okay? So the word equations worksheet is the document that I had up. You can just download it, okay? So you can download the word equations worksheet, right? And then to do the submission, that's a quiz, which you have multiple attempts on it. And that's where you're going to submit your answers. And so we're gonna talk about how that works. Okay. No, it shouldn't, Lauren, but you still have like 6 anyway. You shouldn't need. So Mr. Weaver's got his class a little bit behind, so make sure that you get your grades figured out for Weaver's class. No. I have no idea what you're talking about, Tyler. Yeah, it's the electrolytes thing. Oh, that must be Roman numerals 11 and 12. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. Malin. Yeah, so it had you writing the equations as they dissolved, and then also predicting if it was going to be a strong, weak, or non-electrolyte. So this worksheet that I have up on the screen, Tiara, this worksheet is due tomorrow night at midnight. Yeah, Drake, just get it in. Just get it in. Sorry, Professor Bonkers. We're actually going to get into doing some homework. I'm glad you have your insane stats deck. Wait, Fortnite. Exactly. All right, so if you haven't gotten out this worksheet on a screen or something, or if you don't have it somewhere, we're going to be going through a couple of these problems just to make sure you guys know how to do them. So I'm just letting everybody get in here, TR, and then we're gonna start into it. So, okay, so let's actually look at this first equation. I'm gonna go ahead and write it down, and then we're gonna go from there. So, I'm gonna write it, and then I'll pull up my document camera. So we have aluminum. Okay, it's really messy, but that's okay. Let's do, okay, so let's go document camera, naming worksheet. All right, so again, my handwriting's terrible, but this doesn't actually matter. So aluminum and hydrochloric acid making aluminum chloride and hydrogen. And so, no, one's a PDF and one's a Word document, Cooper, just depending on if you don't have Microsoft Word on your computer. I decided to upload it as a PDF. Weaver's repeating his message in the chat. All right, so what we want to do when we're actually writing this equation, this is what I want to focus on, is you're going to write the elements. And so when you have just aluminum, you're going to write that as just aluminum, right? There's nothing fancy about aluminum. It's not a diatomic element. It's not anything particular. It's just so when you have aluminum, you would write aluminum. Drake, I think, is talking to Weaver. Okay, so aluminum, and then we add hydrochloric acid. So if we remember hydroic acid, okay, hydroic comes from ide, right? And so chloride is just Cl with a negative. And so hydrochloric acid is just HCl. Now, in comparison, if we didn't have the hydro, if we just had chloric acid would be HClO3 because that would come from chlorate. So chloric acid would come from chlorate and would be HClO3. Hydrochloric acid comes from chloride, which would be HCl. Jack, the worksheet's on Canvas. Literally everything we need to know is in the modules. Go to the modules. Hey, look, it says word equations worksheet. Wow, I wonder how I could find it. Like, everything's on Canvas. Everything's always going to be on Canvas. Everything's going to be on Canvas. This has been up there for a week. It's almost like as soon as you log into Canvas, the introduction page, the home page says in bold, click on modules on the left to keep up with the class. So, I wonder what I should do. I guess I should click on modules. And oh, look here, chapter 10. That's what we're doing right now. Here's a calendar. I could check the monthly calendar. Here was the stream from last week. Naming reference, if I want to reference naming. Another stream. Word equations worksheet. It's right there. Okay, word equations worksheet. Word equations submission. This is where you're going to submit the word equations worksheet. And then this was the stream from Monday, which is more looking for the future. Okay. I don't mean to attack you, Zach, in particular. It's just a lot of people are asking kind of silly questions that should be obvious. Okay, so back to the actual problem that I'm trying to work on. Okay, so aluminum and hydrochloric acid making aluminum chloride. So aluminum chloride, right, we know it's going to have aluminum, and we know it's going to have chlorine. Okay, but how do we figure out the formula of aluminum chloride? How do you know if you add 2 to a single aluminum problem, how do you know it's Al2? So remember, Johnny, we had our diatomic elements. No, Trinity, you don't Google. We have diatomic elements. The diatomic elements were a honeyfickle bar. So if you have hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, iodine, fluorine, chlorine, or bromine, these 7 elements by themselves will be diatomics, and there will be 2 of them. And so if you have just hydrogen, just oxygen, just nitrogen, just iodine, just fluorine, just chlorine, or just bromine, it needs to have a 2 on it. Okay. So when you have single elements. So this is only true for single elements, not for in a compound. Okay, so Cooper's back. He's focused on this aluminum chloride, which I do want to talk about here. So if we pull up a periodic table, right? So aluminum is in the middle. Okay, it's in that, we said, remember, silver, zinc, and aluminum were +1, +2, and +3 respectively. So aluminum has a +3 charge, and chlorine has a -1 charge, right? So the noble gases were zeros, and then the halogens, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, we said those formed -1 charges. Okay, so if aluminum is a +3 and chlorine is a -1, we need 3 of the chlorines to balance out the aluminum. Okay, so our formula of aluminum chloride is AlCl3. The last thing we have there that, again, I've written poorly is hydrogen. Now, we don't write just H because hydrogen is one of our diatomics. And so since it's hydrogen by itself, it needs to be H2. Okay. Yeah, good job. Good call, Kate. All right, so if we have aluminum and HCl, it makes AlCl3 and H2. All right, so now we have to get it to balance. Now, balancing this one's a little rough because if we put a 3 here to balance the chlorines, then my hydrogens get thrown off. But if we put a 2 here to balance the hydrogens, then the chlorines get thrown off. And so what we have to do is we have to get it up to 6 to make it work out right. Because if we put a 6 here, right, that makes 6 hydrogens and 6 chlorines. And so 6 chlorines, we would need a 2, right, to make 6 chlorines. And we need a 3 to make 6 hydrogens. Right? So I'm almost done, right? So let's see. I've got 6 hydrogens, 6 hydrogens, 6 chlorines, 6 chlorines, 2 aluminums, and so I would need a 2 here to say 2 aluminums. Okay. So now my equation is balanced. 2 aluminums, 6 hydrogens, 6 chlorines. All right. So now that I've got the equation written out, balanced, completed, what I would want to do is I want to go to that submission option on Canvas. Okay, so if I go to the submission assignment, word equation submission, okay, I'm going to preview it. Okay, what you'll see is on problem number 1, it says, it sounds like you've got crappy internet, Drake. Get better internet. Yeah, all sports are going to be struggles. So aluminum plus, except for esports, because we still play in. Actually, our season got put on hold. Lame. So aluminum and hydrochloric acid and aluminum chloride and hydrogen. So our equation's right here. And so the first thing says, well, what are the correct formulas? So what you'll notice is I have some drop downs, right? We had that conversation, Trinity. So like I said, aluminum is just plain old aluminum. So we're going to select aluminum. Hydrochloric acid, we said, was just HCl. So we're going to select HCl. Aluminum chloride, we said, was AlCl3, right? And then hydrogen, right, we want to make sure we pick H2, not just H. Okay. And then the second question here says, what are the coefficients from left to right? For example, if you think the equation is balanced, your answer would be 1, 1, 1. So if we go back to our worksheet, our coefficients were 2, 6, 2, 3. So on the canvas, we would do 2, 6, 2, 3. Wait, the drop downs are invisible? Hold on. Are you guys referring to Lauren's statement or to Sadie's question? Wait, why are the drop... What? Oh. Oh, really? Oh, that's weird. Oh, no way, they are invisible. What? It doesn't capture the drop downs. Oh, that's so interesting. Huh. No spaces, Naya. No spaces. Just one solid number. Oh, weird. That's cool. Huh. Yeah, so sorry. Let me mess with it. See if I can fix that. Um, let's try to add. Let's do it like this, and then like this. All right, if I do it like this, does it work? Okay, so if I do it like that, it works. Lame. It's definitely a quiz, Sonars. Okay, so I guess this is what we'll have to do. We'll have to do something like this. Yeah, that should work. Oh, but And boom. Okay, so now you guys see the drop downs. Sorry. Factorial compounds, yeah, kind of. Alright, so we got it fixed now. I just wanted to go through that. Okay, so let's do what other, those of you that have started on the worksheet, what other problems are you guys struggling with? Sadie says number 8. Okay, so if we look at number 8, when there isn't a coefficient, remember, Tyler, there's an understood 1, so make sure you put a 1. Okay, so Sadie asked about number 8, so we're going to do number 8. She was the first one to catch it. So number 8, I'll blank it out in a second. I'm just going to write it down. Water and tetraphosphorus decaoxide makes phosphoric acid. I'm not going to do the whole worksheet. Okay. That is not the formula for calcium carbonate, Enya. You put a 1, Lauren. I already answered that question. Okay. Let me double check I haven't missed anything important in the chat. Okay, so you put a 1. Freaking how to learn how to do this. I don't understand. Like copy my question. Energy is calcium carbonate. Okay, so and yeah, since calcium's a +2 and carbonate's a -2, it should be calcium carbonate. Sonaris, this is high school chemistry. What? Okay, and if you don't think this coefficient, you put a 1. So Johnny, you got like a 75% on the quiz. You should be paying attention to the ones you got wrong. Yeah, they're my students, Sonars. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and see if we can do this problem. So Tiara, you got to remember, there's people that just like randomly browse Twitch channels. This is probably like one of the top pages on the science and technology category, and so people are just kind of curious, and so they saw it. All right, so water and tetraphosphorus decaoxide making phosphoric acid. So water, of course, we know water is H2O. Okay. Now, tetraphosphorus decaoxide, right? So tetra is a prefix meaning 4. So we have P4, right? Tetraphosphorus. And decaoxide, that's O10, right? So tetra means 4, deca means 10. And so our formula for tetraphosphorus decaoxide is P4O10. Okay. Right, so water, tetraphosphorus decaoxide. Oh, cool. Good to know. I'm so famous, yeah, because, you know, the science and technology page on Twitch is super popular. All right, so phosphoric acid. No, so Izzy, this is a molecule. It's a molecular compound. In molecular compounds, you don't have to worry about the charges. You just do what the prefixes say. Yeah, sorry, Johnny. I actually screwed it up last night. You could only take it once, but I changed it this morning, so there's multiple submissions. So yeah, Izzy, you don't have to balance the charges because it's a molecule. You just do the prefixes. All right, phosphoric acid. Now we got to remember, ic acid means that it comes from phosphate. Phosphate is the polyatomic ion, PO4. And PO4, phosphate, has a 3 negative charge. And so if we're going to turn it into phosphoric acid, we have to add 3 hydrogens to balance the charge. Yeah, so you have to balance ionic compounds. Got to balance ionic compounds in ours. And then we got to balance the elements in the end. Okay, so phosphoric acid, phosphate, PO4 with the 3 negative, add 3 hydrogens, makes so it works out H3PO4. So remember, molecules are 2 nonmetals. So remember, if we look at our periodic table, that boron, silicon, aluminum, germanium, that kind of diagonal there that's like shown in a light forest green, that diagonal separates our metals from our nonmetals. Most of the elements on the periodic table are metals. Some of the elements are nonmetals. Molecules are nonmetals together, in this case phosphorus and oxygen, whereas ionic compounds would be a metal plus a nonmetal, so it would be some sort of element on the left. Okay. Oh, by the way, I do have emotes that are coming. I'm almost done with them. We're getting there. All right, so we've got this. Now we got to balance it. So I literally just answered Drake's question, Izzy. Okay. Water, tetraphosphorus dicoxide, phosphoric acid. So how do we balance this equation? The thing I'm going to focus in on is, because oxygen's all over the place, the phosphorus to me seems like a key. So I'm going to balance the phosphoruses first. So there's 4 phosphoruses here, and so I would need a 4 in front of the phosphoric acid to balance that out. Then the hydrogens, there's 12, so I'm going to put a 6 here to balance that out. Okay. Yep. Oh yeah, Sadie. So yeah, that would throw you off. Okay. So then if we get that balance, then we have, oh look, 6 oxygens, 10 oxygens, that makes 16. 4 times 4, that makes 16. And so it's balanced. And so when we go back to the canvas, right, we'd scroll down to, we're doing number 8 here. Let's see, that's 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8. Okay, so we said water was H2O, tetraphosphorus dicoxide, P4O10, and then phosphoric acid we said was H3PO4. And then our coefficients, right, our coefficients were 6, 1, 4. So we would put 6, 1, 4. And that should be it. Hunter wants to go back to number 2. Parker 2. All right, we'll go back to number 2. So number 2. Oh, number 2 is a little tricky. So in number 2 we have hydrosulfuric acid, oxygen making water and sulfur. Yeah, emotes are coming, Valen, I promise. Emotes are coming. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next page. So number 2, oh sorry, that's number 3. Number 2, calcium bicarbonate, calcium hydroxide, calcium carbonate, water. Yeah, I caught it. Sorry, guys. Hey, there's a good chemistry emote. Sorry, I'm just writing this down. Oops. Okay, so let's pull back up document camera. All right, so calcium bicarbonate, calcium hydroxide, calcium carbonate, and water. So we've got a whole lot of calcium. So since we've got a lot of calcium, let's remember from the periodic table, calcium is in the second column, and so calcium is going to form a positive 2 ion, right? So positive 2 ion because it's an alkaline earth element. So we know that calcium, Ca, is going to be a positive 2. So I'm going to write that down so I remember. Kate, it goes into the air. It takes up the same space that it did before. Zach? No, it's fine. Okay. All right, so calcium bicarbonate. So the bicarbonate, right? Remember, bi means hydrogen. Okay, it means we have a 2 negative ion with a hydrogen attached to the front, right? So carbonate is CO3, CO3 2 minus. Okay, that's our polyatomic ion carbonate, and so the bicarbonate is going to be HCO3. Okay. So don't forget bicarbonate, HCO3. And when we add that hydrogen to the front, because hydrogen's positively charged, the bicarbonate ion overall has a charge of -1. So we have positive 2 and -1, which means our formula is going to be CaHCO3 2. Okay, cool. So there's our calcium bicarbonate. Then we're going to add that to calcium hydroxide. So again, calcium, Ca with a positive 2. Hydroxide, polyatomic ion, OH. Right? Hydroxide has a charge of -1. And so since it's -1 and this is a positive 2, we would need a 2 again. So 2 of the hydroxides for every calcium. Okay. Then we've got our arrow. It's producing calcium carbonate. I was about to say, says Drake. I don't know if Drake has the ability to make that statement. Okay, calcium carbonate and water. Water, H2O. Poor planning on my part. It shrinks. Okay, so calcium bicarbonate, CaHCO3. Calcium hydroxide, CaOH2. Calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Water, H2O. Okay, so we've got all the formulas right. That's the biggest thing. If any of your formulas are wrong, it's going to be impossible to balance the problem. Small lines. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so then let's see. We've got, so there's 2 calciums over here and only 1 calcium over here. So I'm going to tack on a 2 right there. Okay. Then let's see. I guess I'll look at the hydrogens next. So 2 hydrogens here and another 2 hydrogens there. So that makes 4 total hydrogens. And so we would put a 2 in front of the water to make 4 total hydrogens. Then we've got 6 oxygens, 7, 8, and we have 6, 7, 8. So it balances. Okay. So our coefficients are 1, 1, 2, 2. So if we go back to the canvas, right? So calcium bicarbonate, it's this one, right? It's a CaHCO3 with 2 of them. Oh, oops. Wrong one. I need to just remove this source. There we go. Okay, so calcium bicarbonate, CaHCO3. Well, that's kind of a weird... that's just like a simplified system scenario. That's kind of cool. I just like being a little more straightforward about it. All right. Oh, I guess, yeah, I should check the carbons. Two carbons, two carbons. So they're balanced, Parker. Yeah, good call. So you can't just straight up balance. I guess you could think of it in terms of carbonates. Two carbonates here and two carbonates there because it doesn't change. So that works. You can take that perspective too, Hunter. Oh, sorry. I'm, yeah, on the wrong screen. Yeah, so like I was saying, you can look at the carbonates. There's two carbonates here, two carbonates there, and then you could say, okay, two hydrogens, another two hydrogens, two oxygens, right? So it works out because carbonate stays the same. Yeah. So, okay. So when we go to put it in, we would put calcium bicarbonate, CaHCO3, with 2 on it. Calcium hydroxide, make sure we pick the one that has 2 of them. Yeah, Ellie, what's that? We said it produced calcium carbonate. We want to make sure we go that one. And then water, of course, water. Coefficients we said were 1, 1, 2, 2. I'm sorry, Tiara. I guess your internet might be struggling today. Yes, we're going to fix things with ramen. No, Ellie. It would be cool. You're right. Yeah, it would be cool. But it doesn't really relate to our class. All right, number 10. Number 10. Number 10. So, number 10. Oh, number 10's a long one. This is the one with 5 on it. Bye, Valen. You got to go get those Fortnite dubs. Okay, so number 10. We have aluminum sulfate. I'm going to try to write smaller so it actually fits. Aluminum sulfate plus sodium bicarbonate. Thanks for the follow, Sonars. Plus sodium bicarbonate makes aluminum hydroxide. Sodium sulfate. Man, I still ran out of room. And carbon dioxide. Okay. So Sonaris, I have just 3 chemistry classes. I've got my honors chemistry level class, I have my AP level class, and then I have a college intro class, which is about the same level as AP. So, yeah. So it's the same channel, same stream. It's just this one's at, we'll be doing this one at 10 o'clock for the AP class. Oh, in terms of like my other teachers, I don't know if there's any other teachers at the school that are using Twitch. Okay. All right. So let's go back to here. So this is number 10. So we have aluminum sulfate, sodium bicarbonate, aluminum hydroxide, sodium sulfate, and carbon dioxide. Yeah, a lot of people are just doing pre-recorded videos. There should be a lot of college professors that are doing stuff, but oh, that's cool. You're from the Czech Republic. All right. Cool. So let's go to this one. Aluminum sulfate, sodium bicarbonate, aluminum hydroxide, sodium sulfate, carbon dioxide. So we got a lot of formulas we have to write. Hannah, to answer your question, you got the honeysuckle bar, right? Uh, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, iodine, fluorine, chlorine, bromine. Those are the ones that are diatomics. Okay, so aluminum sulfate. So we got to start with Al for aluminum, right? Sulfate, SO4. Now, as we've already kind of established, we said aluminum was a +3, and we should hopefully have memorized that sulfate is a -2. So if aluminum's a +3 and sulfate's a -2, how do we balance out a +3 and a -2? I don't know if we'll have time, Cooper. So this afternoon we can go over any other problems in the Discord or anything like that. I'll be available for help then. So yeah, so Lauren's getting a 2 and a 3. We need 2 of the aluminums and 3 of the sulfates so that we have +6 and -6 to make it balance out. Yep. All right, so then we go sodium bicarbonate. So remember bicarbonate, we did that in the last problem. It was our HCO3. So sodium, Na. Now sodium's in the first column of the periodic table, and so it's going to be a +1. And so sodium bicarbonate is just NaHCO3. +1, -1 because of the hydrogen, and so that balances, sodium bicarbonate. All right, so then we got to go aluminum hydroxide. So Al for aluminum, OH for hydroxide. Aluminum, like we said, was a +3. Hydroxide, kind of similar to the last problem. We know that hydroxide is a -1. So if we have a +3 and a -1, we need 3 of the hydroxides to balance it out. All right. Then we go to sodium sulfate, NaSO4. Again, sodium's +1, sulfate's -2. In order to balance +1 and -2, we need 2 of the sodiums. And lastly, carbon dioxide, CO2. Oh shoot, you're right, Cooper. I don't have a correct option on number 9. I have the formula of aluminum phosphates wrong. I'll fix that. Okay, it's fixed now. All right, so let's see, coefficients. Coefficients 6, 2, 3. That doesn't work, Enya. There are 5 things here. There should be 5 coefficients. Yeah, Cooper, if you refresh the page, hopefully it'll fix. There you go. 1, 6, 2, 3, 1. Let's see. So we have 2 aluminums over here, so I know I need 2 aluminums over there. And we have, let's see, 3 sulfates. So I'm gonna keep those together because they don't change. So I'm gonna put put 3 in front of the sulfate. So then let's see. We have 6 sodiums. So I'm going to put a 6 for the sodium. Yeah, so Cooper, you might have to waste a submission. It's just the ALPO3 should say ALPO4. I got skills. I got skills. I'm working on this whole streaming thing. Yeah, just enter it like it's ALPO4. Yeah. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, I gotta get a green screen, Kai. You're right. Okay, sorry, I'm distracted. I'm editing the question to make sure it's right. I made this assignment yesterday, so there's going to be some mistakes on it. That's cool. All right, so let's see. We got to finish balancing. We got 6 sodiums, 6 sodiums, 6 hydrogens, 6 carbons. So that's kind of the one I haven't done yet. 6 carbons, so we'll probably need a 6 in front of the CO2. And then, let's see, we have the 12 oxygens here plus the 18. That makes 30 oxygens. We have 6 plus 12 makes 18, plus another 12 makes 30. Okay, so 30 and 30. So our oxygens work, our aluminums work, our sulfurs work. Everything should be balanced with the coefficients 1, 6, 2, 3, 6. 1, 6, 2. Right? Okay, so when we go back to the canvas, okay, aluminum sulfate we said was Al2SO43. Sodium bicarbonate, we need to make sure we have NaHCO3, right? So you got to watch out for the details. The details are what's going to get you on these. Aluminum hydroxide, AlOH3. Sodium sulfate, Na2SO4. And then carbon dioxide, of course, CO2. And then we said the coefficients, 1, 6, 2, 3, 6. That sounds kind of cool, Scenarios. I'll have to check that out. Scenarios. I'll have to check that out. Okay, any questions on this one? This is going to be the last one I'm going to do. You guys have the rest of this worksheet. Remember, it's due tomorrow night at midnight on Canvas, so make sure you submit it tomorrow night. You have multiple attempts, so if you want to, try it and then go back and fix it, I wouldn't do it, more than 2 or 3 times. I would make sure you figure that out. So I'll be in the Discord this afternoon from noon until 2, Parker. So if you need help there, I'll be there noon to 2. Yep. So yeah, if you need extra help, definitely swing there. I'll be in there tomorrow too. Even though we're not streaming tomorrow, even though I'll have class tomorrow, I'll still be in there tomorrow afternoon for help. Okay. Sweet. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. We'll wrap it up. We'll end a little early. What kind of questions? Any last just general questions? All right. Yep. I've been good, Ellie. I'm actually doing all right. My wife's been struggling a little bit because she's kind of missing her friends and being able to hang out with her friends and do, play dates and things like that. But I'm doing all right. Carbon monoxide, Olivia, right? So monoxide, mono means 1. And so carbon monoxide should just be CO. All right. I'll get this uploaded and posted to YouTube. You guys have a great day, and try not to go crazy inside all day. I will... Yeah, I know. Seriously, Lauren. Maybe. We'll see what she can do. We'll figure it out. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great rest of the day. Thanks, Sonars.